Hi Pisces, thanks for tuning in. If you're new, welcome. I hope you come back. If you are coming back, thanks for liking my videos, sharing them, subscribing, and just watching them, coming back again. I really appreciate it. And then, in regards to the comments, I do read them all. I try to reply to all of them. Some cards are just leaping right out of the deck here. And so that's why we're getting this Pisces video now. I was thinking about doing it tomorrow, but one of you requested that it get done today, and so here it is. So this is the general reading for April 12th through May 12th. And if you're familiar with my general readings, goodness gracious, these guys are just leaping all over the place. Then you know that I will break it down into career, money, health, home life, and then singles love, couples love, and then kind of a week-by-week breakdown of what to expect. But that being said, when you're doing readings for a whole month, sometimes it's good to go back like halfway through the month or near the end of the month and watch it again to see how the messages have changed, or maybe things that didn't resonate initially. You thought, well, maybe they don't resonate because it's a general reading. Not everything is going to apply specifically to my life because, there's maybe 1,000 people who watch this. But sometimes they just don't resonate yet because they haven't happened yet. So keep that in mind. All right. So we'll just get started. In regards to career, I have 3 cards face down. I'm using the Rider-Waite deck, just in case any of you care. But your challenge card is the victory card, is the 6 of Wands, so we'll get to that. But what are these cards face down? So the first one is the Hangman. So you're going to have to, you may be having a hard time making a decision, but the key to making this decision and kind of just moving forward in career is going to be to see things from a different perspective. So maybe see things from the perspective of a colleague or a peer, okay? For some of you, this is not for career, it's for school. I just want to say that. So you feel like things might be unfair and that you're not actually getting to show your talents and your work in the workplace. But your challenge is going to be for you to find a creative way in order to express those things, to really show everybody in your environment like how good you are at what you do and that you are creative and you're inventive and you're important, okay? You need to come up with a creative solution in order to show your worth. So I feel like we need an advice card on that. Like, what is the best way for you to be able to show that, or at least like find the answer? And it's not to go ahead. It's definitely not going and like bragging. It's not like, hey, I'm really good at this. It's not talking up a storm. It's more about doing. It's more about like your actions speak louder than words. Okay. In regards to money for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, April 12th through May 12th. For some reason, I'm feeling like Capricorns have something to do with work. Just want to throw that out there. Maybe not for everybody, but for some people. So in regards to money, Page of Wands. So you might be thinking about a makeover. You might be thinking about buying a new outfit. You might be thinking about a really fun trip. Just anything that brings you joy and happiness. But these are just thoughts right now. Are they things you should take action on? Yes or no? I wonder. It says to be cautious because your financial situation could change. Now, it could change for you negatively. Maybe you go bragging up a storm at work and your actions aren't speaking louder than words. You're not showing people with your actions. And then they're like, you know what, man, we're sick of you. And you get fired or you get laid off or something like that. But conversely, maybe you do handle that appropriately and you get a raise, you get a promotion, and then you have more money in order to spend on things like this. So this is going to just resonate for everyone differently, and that's because of free will. Everybody does have control over how things go in their life to a certain extent. You don't have control over certain things that happen to you, but you do have control over how you handle them and then therefore the outcome, if that makes sense. Okay, so what else about money? Whoa. Okay, so this is important. Some of you will opt on your own to leave relationships or workplaces, maybe to move home. So things were happy there, right? You were comfortable, but you're just looking for something like a greener pasture. Like, how they say the grass isn't greener on the other side, it's green where you water it. You've been watering it there for a while, but you're like, you know what, it might be greener over there. And so you decide to leave. You decide to shift. And you do that with passion and excitement, and it ends up to actually be a good thing, and you're like more emotionally fulfilled by doing so. So somehow that affects your money. So if you're leaving a relationship, that could definitely play out financially if you are sharing finances. If you are leaving a workplace and going to a different one, that could be a good or a bad thing, like in regards to your finances. So in regards to that, this guy just jumped out quick, and it was the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So wherever you had like kind of an imbalance, you are likely to find a balance by making that move. Okay, so in regards to your health, what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising, April 12th through May 12th? The Chariot in reverse. So maybe not being able to harness the energy that you have, not really knowing what to focus on, where to go, what to do, what is going to make you happy and bring you joy in regards to your health. Now, advice is like, don't be afraid of being judged, right? Nobody's going to judge you for the things that you do. I mean, like if you're like, hey, I'm going to start being a vegan, but I don't want people to make fun of me because people make fun of vegans all the time because all they ever talk about is being a vegan. Then don't be that vegan who talks about being a vegan all the time. Make the change. No one's going to judge you for that. If that's what you need to make you feel better, great. Or if you're like a really large person and you don't want to be made fun of at the gym, like everybody that is at the gym that is smaller and fit is there because they started somewhere else that wasn't that body shape and they worked for it. You're not going to be made fun of. It's fine. Don't be afraid of what other people think. Just, harness that energy, get enthused, and do what makes you happy. In regards to your home life, what's going on for Pisces people? Okay, so some of you actually are moving home. Some of you are leaving relationships too. Some of you have like come to this place where it's like you realize that this is what you need, that this is what's good for you. You've developed, you've found truth, like either you discovered it, someone told you the truth about something, or you've like realized your own inner truth about a situation, and you're moving on towards things that are better for you, more balanced, and less choppy waters, okay? So that's actually a really good card. What else for home life? Very Piscean energy right here, the Page of Cups. You might feel a little bit crazy for doing this. You might be feeling a little bit like people don't understand you, but it's only important that you understand you, that you are clear in your mind, and that you communicate that with yourself, and like just constantly remind yourself that the choices you make, if you know inside that they're good for you, then that's the right thing for you, okay? What else for Pisces? I think that was it then until we go into the love. So Pisces single loves. What's going on? Sun, moon, or rising sign in Pisces for singles. Now, if you're a Pisces moon sign, this will maybe resonate a little bit harder than it does for a Pisces sun, because your moon is all about your deep feelings and emotions. So if you are concerned about your love life, you probably want to look at your moon sign. If you don't know how to find your moon sign, just look up natal calendar and put in your birthplace and the time and date, if you know the time. If you don't, use noon. It's probably going to be accurate, but anyway. Okay. Wow. Same thing as the cards we just had, just left right out of the deck, the Six of Swords. So some of you are single because you left in a relationship. Some of you are single, but you're just like moving home, or you're moving on, like you're having like a new perspective and a new outlook, and that's okay. Some of you are changing careers, but there's definitely a shift here for people, and for a lot of people, it's a shift in thought, okay? Now, that's what's to come for single Pisces love, sun, moon, or rising. You feel like you really have to kind of wait. for things to start paying off, like all of the work that you put in, like all of the mental clarity, like all of the actual physical work, like for money, for material things, for stability. But they're finally starting to pay off. So if some of you are moving, like this might be the first house that you buy, or maybe this is the first time that you're renting a place on your own. So congratulations, you know. But there's a little bit of like sadness and concern with that, like because change is hard. So this guy sitting here as a challenge, where it's the King of Swords, and it's like, okay, but this creates really good stability for you. This is what's good for you, and you know this, and everybody else knows that. And like it's a little bit hard to like be so serious, you know, like some Pisces are really growing up. The challenge here is also the Queen of Swords, so it's funny that you have both. So you have to be very like clear with yourself, but clear with others that you know that this is the right thing to do, and this is based upon your past experiences, things that you've gone through. You've been through it all, you've seen it all, and you just know this is what's right, and that's what you have to do. Now, some of you need to be cautious when dating people that you are not too honest, okay? You don't want to be hurting people's feelings. You should definitely be clear and honest. It's something that will prevent a ton of bullcrap in your life, because if you lie at all this month specifically, it's going to bite you. But you also need to like keep your jealousy in check, your suspicion in check, and stuff like that. Like people aren't always out to get you. People are not always out to hurt you. People are not always malicious, and they don't always have like the worst of intentions. So remember that, okay? I mean, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes people are crap, right? But you're smart enough now, like you know when people are lying to you, and so like don't go overboard and start creating problems when there aren't, okay? For Pisces who are coupled, what's going on for you? Oh, by the way, for Pisces who are single, you might commit. I just wanted to say that. You might commit to somebody, and it might happen while going on a trip, and it might also mean like they move in with you or like start sleeping over or something like that. Just wanted to say that. And this person probably has a kid, or you have a kid. Okay. You don't have a kid together. It's like, you know, they're divorced, or you're divorced, or we're never married, or whatever. But there's a kid. And yeah, that's it. Probably a boy. Or like has boy-like energy. You know, like maybe kind of like a tomboy. Or like really into science as opposed to like art. Okay, coupled. Coupled Pisces, April 12th through May 12th. Things are going really well. There's a lot to celebrate. People are celebrating you. Everybody's looking at you, and they're like, wow, yay, Pisces, wahoo. So really good. I think that your partner is really like celebrating your goodness and how much they love you, and that's really wonderful. But like in a fun way. And you're able to like really work on like creative fun things together. It's spring, maybe you like take up a hobby together, but you have different ways of wanting to do these things. Like maybe you're going to build a garden in your backyard or something, and like one of you's like, let's do it this way, and the other one's like this way, and then your mother-in-law says, hey, let's do it this way, and like that can kind of be chaotic, but like eventually you're going to figure out how to work on those things together and like kind of create. So if you're working on creating a baby, hey, might be a good month for that. You might be successful in that. But definitely like for you, this month is all about fun and creativity and adventure with your partner. So should be a really good month for you. It's not really going to like strengthen or deepen any bonds, but it just like helps you to enjoy their company more. So very good energies for Pisces that are coupled. So now we're going to break this down into a week by week breakdown. So excuse me. What is it? I'm just having like this real like rock in my stomach. And so I feel like all of a sudden, and it's not like an actual like I feel sick. This is more like intuitive energy. I'm not usually clairsentient every once in a while, but I'm going to say that this week is probably not the best week of the whole month for you. I'm just going to lay that out there. I guess we'll find out why in a second. But April 12th through the 19th is probably going to be the cruddiest of the 4 weeks. You just feel it. Like something like unexpected, just kind of go, ugh, something heavy. So anyway, positives, challenges, and advice. So here we go. Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising for April 12th through the 19th. What do we have going on here? Okay. 5 of Pentacles. The Magician in reverse. Your challenge is Ace of Swords. And then advice is 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So this is going to be about your stability. This is going to be about your career, your finances, things like that, things that are tangible, material, your day-to-day stuff, okay? Now you are not, you're maybe shutting yourself down to opportunities, to people who are trying to help you. You're not seeing it, you don't want it, you don't care. But as a result, what's happening is that you are blocking your own possibilities, you're blocking your own opportunities. Now this card specifically, because you're doing that in this realm of your life, like in regards to your stability, like what it is, like for your foundation, you are blocking emotional fulfillment. You are blocking growth. You are blocking creativity. You are blocking happiness. You are blocking further stability, and you are actually preventing like clear thinking, and you're also preventing like honesty, like the ability for people to be honest with you or for you to be honest with them. So this is definitely a challenging week. Now, your challenge is either to find the truth or to speak the truth. Now, this is going to be different for different Pisces energies, okay? Now, if you feel like you are being lied to, or maybe you're not being told the truth, it's because you're not allowing yourself to hear the truth, okay? If you are not receiving help from other people, if you are not being open to other people's insights, you're not really being honest and clear with yourself right now, you're kind of in the wrong, and you really need to, maybe it's not even like that you're in the wrong, but it's just like you're kind of interpreting things the wrong way. Like maybe a situation that happened or occurred or something that somebody said was taken out of context or was like interpreted entirely different than it was supposed to be. So what this card is telling you for advice is really hold on to the things that you know, the things that you have, especially in regards to money and things that are stable, okay? Because this week could be a week where truths come to light, or that you have to be honest and you don't really know how that's going to go. So kind of a tough week, but I would say definitely be open to receiving help from others, or like communicating with others, being open to listening and really interpreting what other people are saying. And if you're not clear on that, actually seeking clarity, just saying, hey, you know what, like, I don't really know what you mean right now. Could you further explain to me, or why is it that you feel that way, or why is it that you say that in this manner? So that you can take this Magician card and flip it upright, and then anything is possible, right? But you're blocking yourself right now by not being able to really work on those things. And it's a little bit, I hope that it's not confusing, because I'm getting 2 separate energies on 2 different like fields right there, because it's going to play out either way for each of you. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway, the next week, which would be the 20th through the 26th, is what's going on for Pisces Sun, Moon, and Rising. And already I feel like way much better, lighter. So it's just this week that's maybe a little tough. Next week seems easier. Maybe you'll be a little bit nervous that week, but it's like nervous excitement. So anyway, what's going on for you? Working on things that you love to do. Keep working hard. You know, trying to remember that when things change really quick, when little catastrophes happen, that sometimes it's for a good reason, you know? And maybe that reason is that now you have more time to spend on your hobbies. Maybe you have more time to like really build and develop the things that you love. Sometimes it's about creating. Your advice is, to remember that when things change, sometimes it's okay to be sad about that. Sometimes it's okay to be happy about that. Sometimes you find happiness in your sadness and vice versa. And I know that sounds weird, but there's like a silver lining to every cloud. And some clouds are white and fluffy and silver, and some are gray and heavy and silver anyway. So I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully in the context of that week when this happens, it'll all make sense. But let's get a little bit further information. Okay, so things are going to turn around. Like, things are going to feel much more secure this week if you handled the previous week appropriately. All of a sudden, things just start falling into place for you, and that's really, really good. So the third week here of this reading, which would be the 27th through the 3rd, this guy jumped right out. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So if maybe you left a job, you quit a job, you were looking for a new job, that could be starting this week, April 27th through May 3rd. If that wasn't the case, it could be like a new opportunity for stability or growth. Maybe like how I mentioned, some of you will be moving in with other people, or they will be moving in with you. That's added income. It's greater stability. This could also be like familial support. Like maybe your parents say, you know what, I'm going to drive your kids to school or pick them up from school on these days. It could be anything, but really about like new opportunities and like new like good things happening for you in regards to like your day-to-day, everyday life, okay? Now your challenge that week is going to be to make sure that you give as much as you receive. You don't want to be a taker, but you also don't want to be a giver. So if you're feeling like you're giving to a situation more than you're receiving, or vice versa, you need to figure out how to balance that out and just have those conversations. Now you want to caution yourself to not be like too generous. Like if you run a company, you don't want to be like giving bonuses everywhere and then all of a sudden your company runs out of money. But you can show appreciation in other ways. Something just fell. That was really weird. It's not here. It's not like real. So I don't know if you can see that in the video, but definitely for somebody that was important. It was like a just orb. Okay. Anyway, then May 4th through the 13th, advice. Sometimes realizing that your happiness is not how you pictured it initially, okay? Somebody else had this, I think maybe it was Libras that had this similar energy where sometimes what you think you want is not actually what you end up wanting, Like that's how you pictured things is not actually like what's going to bring you joy and make you like really happy. Sometimes it's something entirely different and then you're happier like beyond your wildest dreams. So just remember that like if things don't go exactly the way you want them to go, but things are pretty good. Okay, so then the final week of this reading, May 4th through May 10th, 12th. Let's pay attention, though, to what happens on the 10th. What's going on the 10th? On the 10th, any thoughts you have about, like, changing things up in your routine, in your money, in your job? Like, if you're like, hey, let's go to the casino and blow a bunch of money. Not a good plan on the 10th. Okay, that's it for the 10th. It's not going to make you happy. It's going to, in fact, have the opposite effect. You'll be sad. Watch out for the 10th. It's not like anything bad's going to happen, but it's just like going to cause you a little bit of disharmony. And like if you take action on anything that you do, that like on any thoughts you have, like about upsetting your stability or like day-to-day routine on May 10th. So May 4th through the 12th, what's going on for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Okay, so again, the Six of Swords, but this time it's in reverse. What do we have as our challenge? Interesting. Carries right over the Six of Pentacles as the challenge. And then your advice. 10 of Wands. Okay, so if you have not already moved, shifted, whatever, how this popped up earlier for you, if you have not made those big changes, now this week is not a week you want to do that. And as I mentioned in the week before, really be cautious about, are you giving and receiving in a balanced way? Make sure you're not giving too much. Make sure you're not receiving too much. That could mess you up. But make sure your advice is just to really stay focused on things that you like to do, to stay focused on your work, stay focused on building, because it will pay off for you. There's a lot of blessings to be had as a result of all of the hard work that you put into whatever area of your life this pertains to. So Pisces, it was a pleasure. Until next time, see you. For personal or private reading, go ahead and just look in the description box below and all my contact information is there. Otherwise, see you soon. Oh, forgot to tell you, if you made it this far, if you like the daily cards, I know that some readers want to put things up for you on a daily basis, and I'm happy to do that for you because I do appreciate your support so much. But I'm not going to make videos because my voice gets sore. So I'm putting up a daily card for everybody on Facebook. So if you have a Facebook account, like the Tarot-blee Accurate page, and then those should just pop up in your feed every morning. Okay, that's it. Bye. Mwah.